Hello, teachers. It may come as a surprise, but there are mistakes that you make in English which your students likely actually get correct. And today we're going to talk about some native speaker mistakes which are very common. First, let me tell you why we should teach these to our students, and after that, I will give you some examples. Awesome. So, first of all, why should we teach these to our students? Well, first of all, teaching is learning. While you're, planning this lesson, you're going to see different elements of the language which you actually get incorrect in accordance to standard English rules, right? Aside from that, this is good for your students to know because they may encounter some of these mistakes while they're interacting with native English speakers, and it could be incredibly confusing to them. So it's great for them to be aware of it. And finally, it's good for you to kind of humble yourself as a teacher, for us to humble ourselves, and to accept the fact that we are not perfect and there are mistakes that we make. So hopefully this could help you grow as a teacher and also as an ever-growing student in your own language. Let's get started. So first of all, one common native speaker mistake occurs with spelling. And let's start with spelling. I'm going to put down a link below of a list of commonly misspelled words, especially with double letter words or words that we think have double letters. These are common, and honestly, they get me as well. Number two, commonly confused words. So these could be words that have similar sounds. They could be homophones or homonyms, or they could be words that are just very similar and their spellings are either mixed up or the word overall is mixed up. I'm going to throw a list of those down below. And believe me, I bet more than 90% of people watching this make some of these mistakes on a regular basis. Yeah. Okay, aside from that, the tricky past participles, drink, drunk, drank, and different past participles like that. For example, become, became. Some of these elements of the language, I'm still kind of second guessing myself, especially with words that aren't so common. So this is a very good way for you to get more in tune with the modern standard rules in English. Fantastic. Aside from that, punctuation, right? This is kind of a common one where you see the grammar police on the social media, for example. You have it's with the apostrophe, it's without the apostrophe. What's the difference? You have who's with the apostrophe or who's without it. These are common mistakes as well. And I think that is good for us to at least be in line with the common mistakes and to build from there. As I said before, we are all teachers, but we are also all students. And this is a lifelong journey to learning more and more about our own languages along with others. Cool. Of course, we have the adjective good with the adverb well, and this does happen with some other situations like fast and quickly, for example. This could be subject verb agreement, especially with collective nouns. So, for example, if you're saying the team are fast instead of the team is fast, right? So, looking at the subject verb agreement, I'll put a link down below for a few tips on that one right there. The difference between whether and if you have two options or if you have more than them, right? Okay, fantastic. And the difference between much and many, less and fewer, countable and uncountable nouns. And actually, I do hear people mix up. For example, they'll say how much people instead of how many people. So then we're getting into difficult situations with plural and singular, right? And that's another situation where native speakers make some mistakes as well with irregular plurals, such as I've heard some people say deers instead of deer, right? So, those are just a few examples of common native speaker mistakes. So, get yourself acquainted with them. If you make mistakes, it's okay. We're all human. But I think that it proves a lot. It shows a lot as a teacher that you are willing to continue to improve in your own language. If there are any other common mistakes, please throw them in the box below. I'm sure I've forgotten about many common ones. And until next time, keep smiling.